Welcome everybody to episode... Whoa, I don't know what's going on here, but there it is. There we are. It is episode number 266 of the OMG Hour. And of course, I am suffering from a very bad sore throat, so hopefully my voice holds out. But I am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion Tane.
And I am Tico, Mr. Second Place, here once more.
Once more? Just Whoa. That's it? Just
Wait
once
a minute.
More? What?
Wait.
What?
Wait, what's going on?
Wait, who's that?
Hello, ladies.
What? Who's
Guess
that?
who's back?
What?
That's right. Ah!
Very
no!
Back in the house.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, live stream people.
Wow.
I heard a rumor that we're back streaming live on the internet 24/7 on the OMG Hour.
24
It's me.
Ooh, 24/7. I haven't got that set up yet.
Quit slacking off.
Yeah,
Because I'm back. And
Make
we're
it
making some changes around here, starting with 24-hour streaming. Hi, everybody. It's Jeff. I'm back.
Hello, Jeff.
I don't know.
I think it's been 4 weeks, if I count correctly.
4 whole weeks.
4 weeks. I heard the ratings for the OMG Hour were really bad.
They plummeted.
The month of August.
They couldn't have gotten any worse.
I've decided to grace you all with my presence once again.
Welcome back.
I am back.
Welcome back, Jeff.
Hello.
Although I am surprised, to be honest with you, we've gotten on a roll lately of keeping it relatively to an hour with the three of us. So then when it was just Tico and I'm like, when it was just the two of us, I'm like, can we milk this for an hour? Because we're used to
did.
We did. Except for last week. Last week was like 49 minutes or something.
Well, yeah, but you were going on vacation.
I know. Yeah, I had lots to do that night. So, but welcome, episode 266. It is September 7th, 2017, and we've been playing Destiny pretty much most of the week, but we'll talk about that later. Tico, why don't you start us off with a new game you've been playing?
All right, so I bought a new game, and this is going to be a weird thing. I bought a new game on the PlayStation.
What? What are you doing? Know. Wait a minute. You bought a game on your PlayStation. I bought
a game. Not even a button press. This is a physical disc that I got.
You had to go to the store to buy a PS4 game?
No. I clicked the button on Amazon and they sent me the game.
No.
So it's not, but I had to go to the mailbox and get it and bring it back home. And then turn on my PlayStation and wait for like the 9 million updates since I haven't turned it on in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what game is this?
I picked up Everybody's Golf.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You paid money for this game?
I loved this when it was back when this was Hot Shots. This is one of my favorite games.
Hated Hot Shots. You know I love golf games. But
it's not a real golf game.
No, that's the thing.
It's a cartoon golf game.
And I've never liked the cartoon. I've never liked Hot Shots. I mean, okay, tell us about Everybody's Golf.
I don't know anything about this game. All I know is that I watched the trailer the other day, and I thought this looked like a PlayStation 2 game. And I was like, how did Sony publish this? So what is it?
So this is Hot Shots Golf. This is Everybody's Golf is what they call it in Japan. So they have released a new one for the PlayStation 4, and they have just stuck with the Everybody's Golf name that they call it in Japan for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they lost the rights to Hot Shots or something like that. Maybe Charlie Sheen wanted it back for his movies. I don't know. But it's basically the same as before. It is one of those 3-click golf games. If anybody's ever played Mario Golf or anything like that, it's the same sort of thing. Very cartoony. This one here is a lot more Japanese than the previous Hot Shots. They sort of Americanized the older version. Sort of had, like a Scottish bagpiper and but this one here, all of your characters are very generic Japanese RPG sort of characters.
Nothing says America like Scottish bagpiper. You're
right.
Well,
but that's what the Americans do when they want to make it in America. They have to have the Scottish guy is the bagpiper, and then the Japanese guy is the sumo wrestler. It's all of the stereotypes for each nation.
Right, of course.
Which is how they Americanize it. So it is very feels very Japanese the way all the characters look, and it's turned sort of into an RPG. Like as you use the clubs, you gain usage points for them, and so like if you use your driver well, then your driver hits further. So it's a fun game. It's basically Hot Shots Golf. It's exactly what you expect from Hot Shots Golf. And I like it. I like it. It's fun.
It's
I enjoy
not
these
terrible looking, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, it's not that bad looking. It doesn't look cartoony, the backgrounds and the environments. It's the characters that look cartoony.
The characters, I bring it over the top, and it does make it. The actual courses themselves, I mean, not terrible.
I actually also bought a golf game. I forgot about it. I've been away a long time, so I've done all sorts of stuff. I actually bought a mini putt golf game.
Oh.
On PlayStation 4. And it is, you know what? It was honestly just okay. I'm trying to find the name of it right now.
I didn't realize there was a mini putt game.
Yeah, it's pretty new. So while I was gone, my birthday, I was on vacation for a while, and on that week, I actually took my kids mini putting twice, and they loved it so much
bought a game.
They loved it so much that they wanted to play more of it. So I was like, yeah, okay. I will totally buy you a golf game called something that I can't find, and I'm just trying to kill time as I'm looking for it.
Is it the one done by Zen Studios, the guys who do the Pinball FX game?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I've heard good things about that game. I can't remember the name of it either.
The weird thing is that there's no every level is user made. So there's this really weird thing. Where
is it Infinite Mini Golf?
Yes.
No, I don't remember what it's called.
That's the one by Zen Studios.
Yeah, Zen Studios Infinite Mini Golf.
I can't find it. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, it was pretty good, except some courses were like brutally hard because, you may be able to beat them, but they were just ridiculously. Yes, Infinite Mini Golf. There it is, $20. It was just like some levels were impossible to beat. So, but other than that, good. So weird double golf.
Yeah, so Sean, did you buy a golf game this week?
No, that's just it. Sean's going to say no. And it's like Sean's usually the guy with like, I played totally obscure Tiger Woods 07 golf.
But you know what's funny is it was this week or last week that I thought about PGA Touring again because they don't have a new one this year. So I went online. I thought maybe it's like really cheap, and it's still like $40. So I actually did go online with the intention of hopefully buying PGA Tour on PlayStation if it was cheap enough, but it was still like $40, and I'm not going to pay $40 for it. Even I'll wait till it's even cheaper because they're not making a new one. I don't know if they've announced if they're making another one ever.
Would you not be able to get it on the EA Access thing?
It is on EA Access on Xbox, yeah.
Yeah. But he wants to play on PlayStation.
Yeah, if it was super cheap on PlayStation, that's why I'm not going to pay $40 for it, because yes, I can go play it for free on EA Access. But if it was like, $5, maybe $10, I would have got it on PlayStation.
Yeah, it has dropped before to that price point. It has gone down that far on sales for stuff before.
Yeah, so I was looking for a golf game, if that matters. All right, so beyond that game, I've also played. I was on vacation over the weekend, long weekend. We went up to our favorite place on the earth, Tobermory, Ontario. We did some camping, and you know what? The Nintendo Switch was amazing to take up on camping. Late at night, it's dark. We're sitting around a campfire, and the kids and my wife would head into the tent earlier, and I just sit out and enjoy the night air. And my Switch was great. Playing the Switch out in the campfire. Still playing some Mario plus Rabbids, which is a fantastic game. I will say again that it is a must-buy for the Nintendo Switch.
I'm so glad to hear that. I can't wait to play.
What level are you now, Sean?
I have completed World 2. I've gone into World 3. I have also 100%ed World 1. Okay, so real quick, each world you play through the story, and then once you're done the story, you go through, and there are 10 challenges throughout the world. And once you've gone through it, you can find all the hidden treasure chests, which give you just collectibles, 3D objects or soundtracks or stuff like that. So I've and there's a bonus hidden level as well in each world. So I've completely 100%ed World 1, and I'm working on 100%ing World 2 now, before I move into World 3.
Because that's the Sean way. You can't leave if there's something to do.
Right?
We had that same thing in Destiny today.
We did. We will talk about that. So I'm still continuing through Mario plus Rabbids. Fantastic game. Love it. Jeff, you have something before we get into Destiny.
Oh, yeah, just real quick. So Miranda actually bought a game on my profile a couple weeks ago called What Happened to Edith Finch. I have no footage, so sorry, live streamers, you're just going to have to stare at my beautiful face. And it is like I think you've talked about it on the show before, I think, Sean. Or maybe it was you, TK. Somebody did. Somebody's played it already, right?
Not this one. No, we've played games like it, but not this one.
The whole game is about 3 hours long. And it's very much like Gone Home, where actually it's a lot like Gone Home. You're going through a house and you're sort of just learning trying to figure out the mystery of what happened and stuff like that. And it's very narrative focused. There's no combat or anything like that.
It's multi-generational, isn't it? It tells a story of multi-generations, is that right?
It does.
Yeah.
Many, many generations. Like you have to, it gives you an empty family tree at the beginning, and then you have to go and find all the stories for all the people in the family tree. And you know what? It was a fantastic experience. I'd really recommend it to anybody. Okay. I'm actually kind of glad I don't have footage because I wouldn't want anything to be spoiled.
Fair enough.
But there's a lot of layers to that story, and at the end you've got a pretty good idea about what's going on, but you've got there's a lot of questions that you can sort of turn your brain over about what really did and didn't happen and stuff.
Yeah, I love those games. I guess you call them a walking simulator, right?
Yeah.
I love those games. I really do, because it's just you don't have to there's nothing to worry about. There's no stress. Just enjoy the story, enjoy the game for what it is. You don't have to worry about things jumping out at you, that sort of thing. It's just you want to just sit back down and relax. I think walking simulators are the perfect,
it was great.
And I've played some great ones, and I've played some not so great ones, so they're kind of hit and miss. But I
really enjoyed this.
I've played Gone Home a couple of times.
Yeah,
so that one's worth playing.
Yeah.
All right then. So without further ado, let's jump in to Destiny 2. So Jeff and I have been playing this. I jumped into this at midnight, the day it launched. I think, Jeff, you did as well?
Yes, I did. For a little bit, not too much.
Tico, when did you jump in?
I stayed up till midnight, started the game, and promptly fell asleep while it was in its first loading screen. Nice. I was so tired.
Wait, your first loading screen where it said the servers are full, please wait?
No, mine didn't. I don't know exactly. I didn't see a servers are full thing. I started up the game and then I pressed A, and it was going through the little thing where it tells you hey, this is what happened in your thing, and I don't remember much past then. So I think that's where I nodded off.
Lovely. Nice. So I got the. I think everybody has seen it now. It was all over the Twitters, all over everything. Where server it was literally midnight. So I watched my playable in timer count down to 0, and immediately went into the game when it hit 0, and immediately it was Destiny servers are full, please wait, and I was in the queue, and I think I was in the queue for about 20 minutes. It was midnight. It was literally just launched. How are they so full that quickly?
It's midnight, but that midnight launch for us was North America, right?
Yeah, there's more midnights.
That's also 9 p.m. in California.
Yes.
And they got access the exact same time we did. Right. So literally the busiest market.
The entire world.
Not the whole world, because Australia was already in, Japan was already in, the UK was already in, Spain and Europe and Russia, they were already in.
They would have different servers, I would believe. They would have
different servers, yeah.
Yeah.
But the North America, all of Mexico, Canada, and the United States all went online at the exact same time. And I came in I signed in at 10 after, and I waited about 5 minutes.
So we got in about the same time. I didn't realize you were on because you were set to offline, I think we discovered.
I was set to offline, yeah.
But I went through and I played the first mission, the first couple of missions. I think I logged out about 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, I need to get some sleep. Yeah. Came back to it in the morning. One thing, I don't know why I didn't realize this. I must have known, but I had forgotten. But my actual characters still transferred over from Destiny 1.
Yes.
Which I like. I mean, I really liked my character, my Warlock. So I started again with that exact same Warlock. Just, of course, she starts out with a different armor and weapon that you're given to start the game with.
Yep.
But I do like the fact that it is still the same character. Now,
I deleted.
Yeah, you started a new character.
Yeah, started a new character. Yeah.
How was the character creator this time around?
Exactly the same.
Oh.
Exactly.
Really?
Completely 100% identical.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they
Well,
changed
makes
nothing
sense.
there. I guess it does. I mean, if you're transferring characters over.
See, I was never happy with the way my Destiny 1 character looked. And I really wanted to be able to, like, yeah, okay, let me import my... Like Mass Effect, right? You can import your character from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, but then you can modify them a little bit and tweak them a little bit.
Yeah.
And even, again, in, like, all those BioWare games, you know, and a lot of other games for that matter, you can change your character almost at any time. You know, you pay a little bit of credits and you can reroll your character's look. And Destiny has never let you do that, and I'm like, oh man, do I really want to keep my character for like all of Destiny, or should I just cut my losses now? But it didn't end up making a difference because I rolled Titan instead of Warlock.
I was kind of expecting that when you know, at the very beginning of the game, this is not a spoiler, but when at the beginning of the game, essentially you are not necessarily killed, but you're wounded greatly. I almost thought maybe at that point they'd give you an opportunity to change your character somehow before starting the actual Destiny 2 story. You know what I mean?
Like some sort of reconstructive surgery that was required, witness relocation, something.
Witness relocation, exactly. But I don't know. I thought maybe they'd give you an opportunity to change something, but I'm okay. I don't think I would have changed anything on mine, to be honest. But I have to admit, though, story-wise, Destiny 2 is so far superior to Destiny 1. Like,
it's insane.
Just the way the story starts. Like, it goes through a couple of missions that are just... I don't even know how to describe them, but it's almost emotional. You know? After the whole initial battle... And when the tower falls, and then you're injured and you're basically limping through this level, and then out into the wilderness, and you look through the wilderness and you can see just the graphical difference between Destiny 1 and 2 is phenomenal. You know, with the foliage and just the nature scenes, unbelievable.
And how big everything is. And
it's huge.
Yeah, they did a good job with the music too, really conveying that vastness with the soundtrack that they provide you too.
Yeah, the music I think is really good in this game. I was enjoying just listening to music the other day while I was. I think Jeff, you had taken a break, and I was just sitting in the farm, dancing around the fire, and just kind of listening to the music and thinking, wow, this is actually really good music.
Yeah, right? Which is, it's interesting because they, previously for Destiny 1, the beginning of Destiny 1, right, they had the legendary Marty O'Donnell.
Yes.
And now they've got a brand new team. Well, I mean, it's the same team that worked on some of the later stuff in Destiny 1, but this is the first time they've really been able to set their own themes and all that kind of stuff, and they've just done such an amazing job. I mean, there's so many things in this game that are just so much better. It's funny how it's like it's the same game, but everything is better.
Yes.
You know?
Well, sort of. We'll get to something that's not better later.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's true. There are a few things that are not better. But gameplay-wise, like the moment-to-moment, like it's still a shooter. It's still like you've still got your 3 weapons. You've still got, you know, your series of powers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But every encounter is better, you know?
Here's what I love about it, too, is it is a brand new game, but in all ways that matter, it doesn't feel like a new game.
Mm-hmm.
You jump in this game, and right away you are at home with Destiny. The controls are identical, how it feels, how it plays. You know what you're doing as soon as you jump in if you've been playing Destiny since the beginning. You know, there is no relearning anything, which I think is absolutely fantastic considering... the behind the hoods improvements they've done, or under the hood, whatever, you know what I mean? You know, so one thing I have noticed, Jeff, is that I find that I haven't really picked, like in Destiny 1, I stuck with scout rifles all the time, as my main. Whereas here, I'm finding I'm not really stuck with one weapon, you know, because they keep getting better weapons. Better power weapons, and I just kind of go with what's better, and it still feels good. Like at least the auto rifles, which I hated in Destiny 1, are incredible in Destiny 2.
Yeah, I think some of that may just be because like you said, we're going through the leveling process right now, right?
Yes.
And we are constantly picking up new stuff. There's no infusing, so if you pick up something that's a lot better, well, you know what? You're gonna kind of just go with it because you want something that's better. So I've used everything. I've used scale rifles, pulse rifles, auto rifles.
Yes.
Those submachine guns,
which have terrible recoil.
I actually found one that has no recoil.
I found one that has no recoil as well, and I love it. It's I think one of my favorite guns so far. I've got a scout rifle energy weapon that I'm using, and then I've got a submachine gun kinetic weapon, and I'm really, really loving that combo right now. That submachine gun is just so good.
So I've noticed that on, and I don't know if this was true in Destiny 1 or not, I just never noticed, but the scout rifle that I have is an auto scout rifle. So it's still one shot at a time, but I can hold the fire button down and it just keeps shooting, which I don't think happened in Destiny 1.
There was a couple automatic scout rifles and a couple automatic pulse rifles, but they were few and far between.
Yeah.
In D2, I'm finding that I am picking up automatic pulse rifles and automatic scout rifles all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Yeah.
So I don't know if
I think
that's
it might be
manufacturer
manufacturer based. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
why are you showing this video? Is this where I died?
No.
Yeah.
This is not
Didn't
where
I
you
die here?
This is not where you died. Don't worry about
died.
that.
I jumped in a hole, and then you were like, "You dummy."
No, that's a different video. I don't have
that.
No, I didn't show that.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay, good. That was dumb that time when I did that.
I don't show any deaths because you and I are perfect players. We don't die.
Right. We haven't wiped yet. I don't think.
No, we haven't. We have not wiped at all.
Many hours today, and we have not wiped yet. There's been some pretty hairy moments. There's been some good battles in this game so far. And we're so we should say, Sean and I are, what are we, 15, 16?
I think so, yeah.
14?
Level 15.
Somewhere in there.
I think we're 15.
Yeah, we're somewhere in there. And we're working our way through the story. I think we're a couple missions away from the end.
We think, yeah.
We think. We don't really know because we don't want to know how far we are. But there's been some just great missions in this game so far,
Let's talk about that.
I don't want to spoil it. Well, I don't want to spoil too much of the story stuff.
No story stuff, but let's talk about how they've structured. See, they don't have what they used to call bounties so far. We haven't found anything that's a bounty. We haven't found. So the things that you found on the planets, the beacons, were those weren't bounty. What were those called? Patrols?
Those were
patrols.
Missions. Yeah, they've gotten rid of those.
Yeah, so what they have now is what they call adventures, which are full-on missions. They're not just go collect a few things and you're done. No, these are missions that take you like at least, I'd say, 30 minutes up to.
Yeah. With a boss battle and everything. A fully realized, encounter.
Yeah, fully realized encounter / story. Like you've got voice actors behind telling you the story. Like you've got the people giving you the mission essentially, right? And they essentially follow you through as you're playing. But they are full on story missions.
Yeah.
Called adventures, and those are littered throughout the maps. And there's several adventures throughout. And they're on the map now too, which I think is fantastic. So you could just oh, there's an adventure there, let's go do it. So now it feels more like an actual open world RPG style game where
it really does.
You're walking around this big open area and there's an adventure, let's go pick it up and do it. And then there's no returning to somewhere to hand it in. You do it and then you're where are we now? Let's see what's waiting around this corner.
Yeah.
So I think the structure of the game is way, way improved. It's a lot quicker to get from one place to another because you're never thrown back out into orbit after a mission. Once you're done the mission, you are literally standing right where you finished the mission for you to continue on to go do what's next.
Yeah. And you can fast travel back to your starting point on that planet as well.
That's another great thing is all the different fast travel points on the map. There's an adventure over there. You don't have to go running around the map to get to it. You can fast travel somewhere close by.
Yeah.
What else?
I will say that. Do you want to talk? We're almost out of time for what we've been playing. So I want to talk about a few things that I didn't like about this game.
Sure.
One, some of the voice actors, in this game are really good. Obviously, the main heroes, they're all really good. Zavala and Ikora and Cade Six.
Brand
obviously.
New character that is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. So, and then each planet has sort of like a main character. Some of those main characters' voice actors sound like voice actors, which sounds really out of place. Yeah, they just sound like they're making fake voices, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you listen to Ikora and Cade Six, obviously those are real people, real actors. They're really acting. But then every once in a while you get a voice actor that sounds like a voice actor.
Yeah.
And the really good exception to this is the one, Sean, which I know you're thinking of, where it really does. I think it's on the Cade planet, whatever planet that is, and
Nessus.
Is it Nessus? Yeah. So the Nessus character is definitely sounds to me like a voice actor, but the writing on her is so good, in such a cheesy cornball way that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so good.
It's great.
Like,
it's great.
It's awful voice acting, but it's really good. And then on the European Dead Zone, that guy is all like grovelly and I'm European and stuff. Yeah, I just did Australian, I think, but whatever, man. You can't judge me.
I like his voice.
I don't like his voice at all, and he sounds like a voice actor, and I don't like that.
See, I like him.
That was one of the things. Destiny 1 had all their main characters, like all like the faction guys, and they were all in the early days voiced by actual actors, and it gave it a certain gravitas,
Yeah.
But
I have to say though that the character we're talking about, and again with no spoilers, but it's the mission with Cade Six, and just the interaction between this character and your ghost is hilarious. Like it was the whole mission. As you're battling, it's pretty serious, intense battles, but you're laughing half the time because of the interaction between your ghost and this character.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah. The writing is so funny.
Yeah, she's got this really interesting, flippant attitude that's just like, a little bit crazy, a little bit off the wall and stuff.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, again, no spoilers, but when you play it, you'll know who we're talking about. It's great. The one thing that I would say is, and this isn't terrible, but I have found that the one thing that kind of is a stayover from Destiny 1 is how samey some things can be. Like every time we go do, say, an adventure, it seems to be you go do the one thing you need to do. Oh, they can't do it because something else is missing. Go do this. And it seems to be almost like every time you do it, there's going to be 4 steps to this mission.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem random. It doesn't seem differing that way. Like, granted, again, the missions are great. Like, they're a lot of fun. But they seem to have a set structure, and they all seem to follow the structure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even the main story missions seem to have a structure that they all adhere to, instead of making them all somehow completely different. And that's a bit of a downfall to me, because then there's no surprises anymore, because I know that I have to do something else when this is done. And then when that's done, I know I'm going to have to go do something else.
So another thing that I don't like, and a lot of people don't like this, and we got to bring it up, is about shaders.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in our news section.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of news articles about Destiny. So
okay.
Why don't we do that? On that note, let's move on to the stuff we like to talk about. Okay, so while we're still on the topic of Destiny, first off, before we get to your shaders issue, apparently Destiny 2 may be the testing ground for a mouse and keyboard support on consoles. What do you guys think of using mouse and keyboard on a console for a game like Destiny? Would you do it?
No, absolutely not.
No, I'm not a mouse and keyboard guy, though.
I am not either. Not at all.
But there are some people that swear by mouse and keyboard as the only way to play a shooter. So there are some people that will love that, but I just can't do it.
Do you think it's fair for some players to have mouse and keyboard on a game like Destiny.
You can on PC right now, in the beta anyway, because it's not on PC yet. You could use a gamepad, and then you could switch to mouse and keyboard just by unplugging your gamepad, right? And I saw videos that show just how much auto aim is in Destiny 2. Ah, there it is. Sorry, got a text. Just how much auto aim in there. And I don't think that those guys can. I don't think that those, like, everybody says on mouse keyboards, like, oh, it's the only way to play because you get so much accuracy, right? But I watched a video of a guy in a mouse and keyboard missing shot after shot after shot with the sniper rifle, and the guy with the gamepad just go whoop, bang, dead.
Yeah.
Because of all the auto aim. So I don't believe that mouse and keyboard is the way to play. Like, I do believe that mouse and keyboard should be separate, right? Even though they're not going to be on PC, but I don't think it makes it better. I think that's silly.
So why do you think they want to give this option? What? I don't know. It's just I don't understand the point.
Want it.
Yeah, I guess.
I suppose you could do separate servers though. Like if you have a mouse and keyboard server versus I mean playing competitive multiplayer controller versus mouse and keyboard. I suppose it depends on if they nerf the reaction or anything like that on the mouse and keyboard, or if they add the extra, the extra auto aim to the controller. But I think the best thing to do is if you want to play on this, then hey, you're using mouse and keyboard, you're in a mouse and keyboard server.
I guess they could do that. The game would have to detect which you're using, right? Yeah. But I'm not sure if they would go that far, because keep in mind, the Destiny 2 is simply going to be the testing grounds for it. But that means other games like PUBG, like Call of Duty, like all of these games could potentially support mouse and keyboard on the console. I honestly, personally don't care. I've never been a mouse and keyboard guy. I cannot do WASD controls. I can't physically do it.
No, that's right, eh?
No.
Yeah. I can't. I don't want to. But some people do. I don't know.
I haven't done it since back in the Wolfenstein days.
I guess my point really is, if you're a mouse and keyboard guy or gal, you're probably playing on PC anyway. So what's the point of bringing it to the console? And there is silence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
No idea.
Enough about that then, I guess. All right, Jeff, you may now complain about the shaders in Destiny 2.
They're single use. They're
right?
consumables.
Right? What?
It's going to take you 5 shaders, 5 shaders, right? Head, gloves, body, like,
plus
5
your weapons.
To do yourself totally.
Yeah.
And they're consumable.
Once you use them, they're done.
They're gone. You can't even, like, remove them and use them somewhere else. Like,
no. Because if you remove
you tried
them,
earlier.
Yeah, so I'll tell you this, and this is before I even knew what happened. I received a chest armor, okay? Good-looking chest armor. I put it on. It had a shader already on it. And I was just playing around, and there was an option there to remove shader. Or restore to default colors. And I was like, okay, what's that look like? So I clicked it. My shader was gone. Like, completely just destroyed. I couldn't decide, like, oh, I don't like that, let me put the shader back on. No, the shader was destroyed when I removed it. So,
well, that seems mean.
Like, in Destiny 1, obviously, shaders were multi-use. It was one shader for your entire outfit.
Yeah.
Unless there was an exotic that had its own color scheme. Some exotics you couldn't use a shader on. But now, each individual item and each individual weapon has a shader slot. If it is blue or higher, is that right? I think so. I think it's blue or higher quality. And like Jeff said, if you want your entire character to have the same color scheme, you need 5 of the same shader. And once you've attached it to that outfit, they're gone. They're unusable on any other outfit. Which, at the same, like, I put a new shader on one of my armor pieces today to see how it looked. And then I realized afterwards, like, okay, I put the shader on. 10 minutes later, I got a better outfit. Well, I just wasted that shader now on an outfit I'm no longer using.
Right? That's it. And again, maybe this is one of those things where you're not going to use it for now, and you're just going to like stockpile them because we don't know how many we're going to get yet.
No,
right?
we don't.
We have no idea what this scenario is. So maybe it's like when you're reaching the end game and you're like, oh, this is the armor that I'm going to keep for a while, so I'm going to invest some actual money in getting shaders. And it's funny.
That's the key point right there is money.
I was reading on Reddit.
Microtransactions, yeah.
I was reading on Reddit that this guy had this really great point. He said, like, because we switch armor and all this stuff so often, I'm always going to save them for the next piece of gear because what if?
What if?
And he equated it to like playing Final Fantasy, and at the end of Final Fantasy, you've got like 800 Phoenix Downs and 1,000 high potions and stuff because you're always saving them, just in case.
Yep.
So now you're like never going to use shaders, and on top of that, I don't even know if there's a way to get them without spending money in the game. I literally have no idea. We haven't got that far. We're not at end game yet.
Well, we've received gifts
10
from Eververse,
10,
right?
2 packs of 5. I think. So like I don't know. This whole system just seems very meh.
Yeah, I agree because in order to get them, in order to purchase ones you want, for example, you have to spend real money to buy them from Eververse.
And they come in. I don't think you can buy the ones you want. I think they come in
a random pack.
No, you can't just choose one. See, that in and of itself is stupid.
I don't know. Like it's a little bit early to sort of figure it out.
But I think they're taking the microtransaction thing a little too far, especially when it comes to something like shaders, which they know people love shaders. Okay, I love the fact that, I can shade the guns. I can shade each individual item. That's great. Gives you variety. But you're now making it single use, and I have to purchase them with real money? That is shady.
Shadery.
It's shady for shaders.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that all? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what to say. There is one part of me though that feels like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna hold off and wait a little bit for final judgment until I see how common these shaders are gonna be. Like if I'm literally swimming in shaders, then maybe it's not gonna be so bad. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It's just kind of sketchy.
It feels like Activision is just taking a flippant attitude towards everybody's love of shaders.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
Very EA.
Yeah. It is like EA, isn't it? Okay. Let's move on. Let's stop complaining. Destiny 2 is a great game. Don't get us wrong. That, to me, is just a bit of a misstep.
We're nitpicking now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of a misstep in my opinion. So, several weeks ago, Jeff, while you were still here, we talked about Overwatch and how the esports and how high people could possibly be paid.
Yes.
Well, Overwatch's highest paid pro has landed a $150,000 salary deal, which includes medical. It includes my mind is going blank. I had it all in my head before this. Includes all the bonuses of working for a corporation, essentially, right? Plus the share of possibly if they win the tournament, $1 million. He will be getting health insurance, a retirement savings plan, a share of at least 50% of all bonuses from tournaments and events, and then there's the bonus pool of $3.5 million in the first season and at least $1 million for the year's champions. For playing Overwatch. Let's get this right.
I really wish I was good at playing games right now. Looking at this.
Holy cow. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can I just be jealous for a while here? I mean, come on.
This is saying minimum salary is $50K.
US.
US.
Yeah, minimum. Exactly. It's like I should get my daughters to start playing Overwatch. Here's your career, girls. Just sit down and play.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Leah out of school and just sit her down in front of the Xbox all day.
Yeah, just play Overwatch. You don't worry about education. Just play Overwatch.
Yeah. My son's pretty good, I tell you.
If
I'm having trouble with like one of those 1v1s to get that loot crate in the arcade mode, I'm like, Oliver, go kick this guy's ass for me. Sorry, I forgot. It's been a while since I've been here. I forgot. I'm not allowed to swear. And I wouldn't say that to Oliver. I'm just joking around. But yeah, I have Oliver go do it. So maybe I'll start training him.
Yeah.
After I'm done using him for Destiny, because he's helping me out on Destiny a lot right now. So.
It's all practice. Eventually, there'll be salaries for every game.
Oh
right?
Man! Oh man! Just incredible. It just blows my mind that you can make that kind of money just playing Overwatch. Wow. And speaking of lots and lots of money from a user, everyone's of course familiar with PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which started out as a mod to another game and has just gone incredibly bonkers. They've now sold 10 million copies of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. 10 million copies.
I know a lot of people playing this game. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people playing it. And again, I'm just like, can I just be jealous for a minute? Because this was just a freaking mod to a game that just kind of basically went viral and has become its own thing.
Yep, coming consoles soon, or Xbox at least. Is it coming to PlayStation as well?
I don't think it's been announced because
they haven't announced it.
No,
at least.
No, they haven't, because Microsoft is helping publish it to Xbox, so I don't know what that means. If it's just helping to publish it to Xbox, or does that mean they get an exclusive for a while? I don't think anything's been said about PlayStation. But I am told from several people that there's just something fun about Battlegrounds. Like, if you're not a
WASD controls if you want to play that,
and until it comes to console.
Yeah.
You know, but they're saying, but like anything can happen in Battlegrounds. Anything can happen, and that's what makes it so much fun. You never know what's going to happen, and it's just a fun. It's a playground. Even if you don't like PvP, you may enjoy this because it's just what it is and how it's structured.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know personally a lot about it because I haven't even seen it. I've seen little clips here and there, but I haven't seen a lot of it.
Yeah, it's basically a battle royale. You're dropped in there, and last one standing wins.
Yes, and what I understand is, so you all start, and you're all spread around, and you have to try to find people. You could potentially win this game win a match without ever shooting a single bullet, because as players are eliminated, the map gets smaller and smaller, and you're forced closer and closer together to the remaining players. But if you can hide, if you can just keep moving and no one ever sees you.
If you hide in the circle and everybody else is outside of the circle, you could be the last one outside of the danger zone or the circle.
Right. Because if you're in the area that is closed off, you die immediately. The game could kill you.
Not immediately. You have a certain amount of time that you have to race to the circle, from what I understand.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, that's hilarious. I didn't know that's how it worked, but the less people there are, the smaller the map gets. So it forces everyone together.
From what I understand, it doesn't randomly assign you a spot on the map. Everybody gets into a plane on the loading zone, and it flies, and then you get to the point where you're all just skydive out of the plane.
Oh.
And you can control where you land based off of where you jump out of the plane.
Really?
So you can decide, I'm going for the military base, and you can sort of aim yourself towards the military base, knowing that there's going to be better weapons at the military base, but there's also more people that are going to be going there, so that you have a better chance of dying by going there. Or you can aim towards like an abandoned area and just hope to find some random crappy weapons to stay alive.
You know a lot more about this game than I do.
I've watched a couple of streams. But I'm interested in it. It does look fun. I'm going to be absolutely terrible at it.
Are you going to button press when it comes to Xbox?
Yeah, I will. I'll do it.
Of course you will. And
there'll be some fun footage of me dying over. Like, I've got to get a 5-minute video. It's going to be
just you dying.
Just a montage of headshots of my head exploding. Probably.
Speaking of button presses, I did not button press this week, Tico. I did not download Hatoful Boyfriend on the PlayStation Plus.
That's the pigeon game.
I gotta go back and watch last week's episode, don't I, to understand what the heck this conversation
One of the
is
free
about.
games for PlayStation Plus is Hatoful Boyfriend, which is a pigeon dating game.
Right. That's actually what I didn't know what it was. I just knew there was pigeons in it. I didn't realize it was a pigeon dating game.
It's about dating pigeons.
I should be playing this. This should be
yes,
something I play.
You should, but you don't have PlayStation Plus.
No.
Oh, man. All right. We have a couple more things to talk about here. You guys remember Raptr? Do you guys
still
that was all the rage
notifications every once in a while telling me some crap that I played, 9 years ago. I'm like ranked 4 billionth in.
Right. So Raptr is shutting down.
Yes.
And the reason being
more emails.
Once Xbox One and PlayStation 4 came on the market, 3 years ago, they were unable to track your achievements, your gameplay on those new platforms. So they stopped doing that and they went to PC only. I loved it when I was playing 360. I loved how it would track all the games I play and how much time I played them. It would track my achievements and it always showed me my top games. I think Skyrim and Dragon Age were and Rock Band were my top games that I had played on 360. And then of course they couldn't even then track PS3. PlayStation didn't give ways like Xbox did to track your gameplay.
Yeah.
But then neither of them gave that opportunity when they came to Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So they shut it down and they became more about tracking your PC games and optimizing your PC games. They became an optimization service. Problem is, those optimization services are no longer really required as games and other products on the market have become more popular. So they've realized that, they've been around for 10 years. They started in 2007. I remember I was one of the founding members of Raptr. I remember being in there super early when Raptr first launched. And I remember actually talking to the founder or the creator of Raptr because there was so few people on the network at the time. But that was 2007. So 10 years later, as of September 30th, they will start shutting down everyone's accounts. And Raptr is going bye-bye. Which, I haven't used Raptr, honestly, since like a long time. Since they they wouldn't track Xbox One, PlayStation 4. I just stopped checking. Even though my account's there, I just haven't used it. But, it's sad to see something that's sort of a staple in the gaming community just go away. These things that have been around for a long time. I remember 360...
360 Voice.
360 Voice.
Yeah,
man,
Gamer DNA 360
That's
voice.
still around?
No, it's gone too.
They died a while ago as well. Because I used to love that little blog where it would tell me like all about my gaming and stuff like that. And
basically, your Xbox blogged about what you played, and then when you weren't there, it would say that you weren't there. Sean didn't come around yesterday. What happened? And it was always funny. And I loved 360 Voice. It was hilarious. And again, it tracked your games, it tracked your gameplay, it tracked your top games. I thought it was great.
Yeah. They actually, you could do contests and gamerscore contests.
Gamerscore contests, was 360 Voice tracked that. I remember winning a couple Gamerscore contests.
Yeah, that was the same problem that they had. The same problem when they went to the One. They couldn't track the Xbox One. And interest died.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the problem. When you can't track the new console, then what's the point? Everyone just walks away because you're not playing on the old console anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I was part of that program that Microsoft put out called Xbox Communities Developer XCDP, Xbox Community Developers Program, and they canceled it. They ended it right around the time of the One, and that was the API that gave you access to the Xbox Live backend. And they announced it early on that it's not going to be around for much longer. And to be honest, as much as these services are kind of fun and they're kind of interesting, the stuff that you could get out of the API was not super interesting, right? It was kind of cool to have your blog talk to you and do all these kind of neat things, but long term, there was nothing really useful that it could do when you compare it to some of the other APIs that are out there in gaming. Like Blizzard has a really good API for World of Warcraft that lets you like actually make modifications to the game, right? Destiny has this really amazing API set for, what did I say, Destiny? Yeah, Bungie has this really amazing API set for Destiny that lets you have like third-party websites, like be able to control your inventory and stuff.
Right.
So, you know, the Xbox One was sort of like a one-way information feed. You know, it was a glorified XML file is all you could ever do with it. So, you know, I'm not surprised that they canceled it, because even though they had all these cool services, there was nothing that was truly great, because they didn't let you really get into like the big back-end stuff. So
cool. So I think, you know, of all of those kind of services, I think Raptr might be the last holdout of the old school gaming services like this.
Yeah.
You know, they've been around for 10 years now. Like I said, 2007 they started, and now they're ending.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, even still, like some of my favorite stuff about Raptr was time tracking but your games. But Steam does that. You know, there's just not enough value in Raptr's service. So.
Yeah, I mean, and it was fun always seeing your time and your achievements versus your friends. You know, who's in the lead, sort of. It became a
head-to-head stuff was fun.
Yeah, it became a meta game. You know, how much time or how many achievements do I have versus Tico? You know, versus Jeff, and it was always fun. Like, oh, I'm number one, and then you go back a couple days later. Oh no, Tico got ahead of me. I better go play more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, finally, one of my favorite games of last generation, LA Noire, is being remastered for PlayStation 4, for the Switch, as well as Xbox One, and it's coming to HTC Vive. They're going to take a few of the missions, I think 8 missions, and make them VR. So you can actually replay some of these missions in VR. I'm a little bit upset that they're not announcing it for PlayStation VR as well, along with the PS4 version. Unless that will come later.
Unless it's there. Unless it's already there and they just haven't announced it yet.
No, they said the VR experience is for HTC Vive.
Oh.
Right, but
they might be getting money from HTC Vive in order to do that.
Possibly, but once they have that working on Vive, I don't think it's huge for them to bring it to PlayStation. If it's already there, you know, the remake or the remaster, then why not bring those missions to PlayStation VR when the game itself is already on PlayStation 4? But I loved LA Noire. Jeff, did you play this one?
No, always wanted to. May play it if it comes to when it comes to PlayStation. Always wanted to. Looked like a great game. But never got a chance to play it.
Really loved this game.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really well done. It's actually coming out on my birthday. In case anybody wants to get me anything, I'm just putting that out there.
Excellent. November 14th. November 14th. Tico's birthday. So everyone buy him LA Noire so he has multiple copies and doesn't know what to do with them.
Well, get me, a couple on each system and, whatever. Just
one for the Switch, one for the Xbox.
Yeah, why not?
I kind of wonder, though. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it was a previous gen game. I guess most previous gen games probably would run on the Switch no problem. I can't imagine they'd need to do too much to make it run on the Switch, but I am surprised it's coming to the Switch. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as well as Xbox One X, they are giving you up-resed images plus 4K for the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. So they have announced that it will have native 4K assets for those for the ultimate consoles ever built.
It'll be interesting to see, because the whole idea of the game was the ultra-realistic facial expressions and stuff like that, so you could tell if people were lying or not.
Yes, exactly.
So how creepy that's going to look in a 2011 game with the facial animations that we're used to now, how much they're going to have updated that, or if they're just up-resing the creepy-looking facial animations from back then, and we're just going to see like a better quality version of a dead-eyed, creepy face.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? So that is it for the news. We have one thing that I've been waiting for Jeff, since you took a vacation from the show.
Okay.
And that is a question that Andy Schott, listener of the show, has asked us.
Hi, Andy.
And he wanted to know.
Yes.
And I already know your answer, Jeff. What was your favorite year of video game releases? For example, what year had the most games that you liked in it? I know your answer, Jeff. Hang on for a second. Tico, have you put any thought to this over the last couple of weeks?
I have given it some thought. I have a year in mind. I've been told I'm wrong already without having actually told anybody what it is. I'm just told that I'm wrong.
No, I said if it's different than mine, it's wrong. Because this is the easiest question
it is.
Okay, I assume
been
even if it's the same as yours, I might be wrong too. So.
No, what year is it for you, Tico?
2009.
And why is that?
Because there's so many new titles that came out. Borderlands, Dragon Age, stuff that I really enjoyed playing. So a lot of the franchises that I've gotten used to playing came out that year.
Okay. Jeff, can I say what I think your year is?
Let me give you a list of games.
Go for it.
Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Witcher.
Yes.
Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Halo 3, Resident Evil 4, Dirt, The Orange Boss, Mass Effect, Motorstorm, Rock Band, Forza 2, Crysis, Unreal Tournament 3, Peggle, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, The Legend of Zelda, The Phantom Hourglass, God of War 2, BioShock, Super Mario Galaxy, blah, blah, blah. This list will go... Did I already say Crysis? This is Call of Duty 4. What year did all these games come out?
You missed a couple. You missed Lost Odyssey, which is one of my all-time favorite RPGs from that generation.
Yeah, I forgot. You're right, I did.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii. I loved that one.
I do believe I said that one, but yes.
Okay. All of those came out in 2007.
All of them.
All of them. You said Mass Effect.
2007.
Yep. I was off by 2 years.
Oh, Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock that had Sweet Child of Mine in it. The best song. The best song to play in Guitar Hero. So 2007 was the best year of video gaming. Easily.
BioShock, Halo 3, Call of Duty, Mass Effect, Portal,
Lord of the Rings Online.
Right?
Well, let's not count that.
Hey now.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Legends of the Phantom Hourglass, God of War 2, you could take the list of games of hits that came out in 2007 and spread it across about a decade.
Yeah.
In today's releases.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Easily the best ever year in gaming. 10 years ago.
Lots and lots of classic games released that year. And I think of that year and that list that we just said, and then I think about this year. And I try to think about all the big games that came out this year. And I'm hard-pressed to name 5 fantastic games from this year. There are some. Yeah. There's Mass Effect, there's Horizon, there's Destiny 2.
I don't even know if I'd put Mass Effect on that list, but yeah.
But, of all the big releases this year, I'm hard-pressed to name 5 games this year that are that kind of quality from 2007.
Actually, I think this year there's probably more remakes from 2007 that came out than actual games from this year that you would consider.
And I think there's probably more delays this year.
Yes.
So, thank you, Andy, for sending in that question. I know it's been a while, but I really wanted Jeff to be here to answer that. And that is pretty much it.
Thank you, Andy.
Yes.
Thank you for the question. I love answering that question. I think we've answered that question a few times on the show before. But what I'm really glad about is that I could educate this guy over here about the real best year in gaming.
I agree.
I apologize for my insolence and my flippant behavior.
Damn well you should. As if you tried to fill in for me for 4 weeks.
Right?
God.
No, I stayed in the same spot on the window. I didn't venture over that way at all.
He never moved.
I stayed where I was supposed to stay. I knew my place.
Can you believe this, people? Can you believe this? God. Sorry. So hard to find good talent.
Tico?
Yes?
Why don't you take us out?
All right. You can follow me on Twitter. What?
I forgot about this part.
The part where we talk at the end?
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter.
I forgot to open Audacity at the beginning. I'm like, I'm ready to go, Sean. Did you do anything, Jeff? Nothing.
He forgot to turn on his camera. All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place, and show notes can be found at omgnexus.com.
I am Jeff. You can follow me on Twitter. I tweeted a couple of times this week.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I know, right? And I tweeted some things, and people called me out on my tweeting of things. But anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Sinix. That's SINNIX. And of course, the best place to follow this show on Twitter is at the OMG Hour.
Of course, I am Ziantane, and that is XIANTAYNE. If you like our show, give us a like, subscribe to the YouTubes, share us with all your friends. We would appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. Episode number 266. We'll be back again next week.
Pew pew! Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.